All right, so the first thing you're being asked to do is to figure out what's happening with these sequence generators. So if you start to think about, well, are we adding the same number every time? Well, in this first one, we would have to add 4 in order to get 6. But if we add 4 here, that's 10, but what we're actually getting is 18. So it would appear that we're not adding the same number every time. So then let's look at, are we multiplying by the same number every time? So if I multiply by 3, I get 6. That works. If I multiply by 3 here, I get 18, so that works. And then if I multiply by 3 here, I get 54. So it looks like we're multiplying by 3. All right, part B then says, what are the next 2 terms of Samantha's sequence, and show how you got the answer. So we've got to think about, what are we doing to get each of these terms? So we start out and we got 2 as our input, and 6 was our output. Well, then that output became the new input. And then we got 18. That input became the new output. That output became the new input, and we got 54. So for our next 2 terms, we have to take the previous output of 54 and multiply it by 3. So if you multiply 54 by 3, you're going to get 162. Okay? And then multiply 162 by 3 because that will be your new input. So 162 times 3 is 486. So the next 2 terms of our sequence is this. It's 2, and I'll just write this here. Our sequence goes 2, then 6, then 18, then 54, then 162. All right, and then part C. Samantha decided to use the same sequence generator, but this time started with the first term of 5. What are the next 4 terms in this new sequence? So we're multiplying by 3 every time, but this time we're starting with 5. Okay, so we start with 5, and we multiply by 3, we get 15. And then we just continue that pattern. 15 is our new input. When I multiply that by 3, I get 45. Then 45 becomes my new input, and when I multiply 45 times 3, I get 135. And then 135 becomes my new input, and then when I multiply that by 3, I get 405. And then I think we'll do one more just to be safe here. So 405 times 3 is 1215. So our terms of our sequence would be 5, 15, 45, 135, and 405.